ETH, couple $100 away from all-time high, alts flying, Solana, Sui, airdrop updates, as well as many more. Let's get started. So before we start with airdrop updates, quick look at the ETH BTC chart, which is, as we anticipated a couple of weeks ago, in Giga breakout mode. Late July, it was looking a bit shaky, a bit rough, but signs of life were visible throughout July, and now we are fully in breakout mode. However, if we look at 5-year chart, we can see that it is still nowhere near last bull cycle highs. Therefore, it is probably going to happen that history will rhyme, and we might actually have the peak of the bull market around the end of the year, late Q3, or maybe somewhere in the mid Q4 2025. We don't do price predictions on this channel. However, I will tell you that currently my portfolio is 75% crypto, 25% stables, and as ETH approaches the previous all-time high, as Fear and Greed index goes dangerously into the green, I will be de-risking a lot more over the next couple of days, as I'm not really expecting we break a previous all-time high of ETH, which was just under 5k, 4.8 if memory serves. All right, let's jump into airdrop updates, starting with the most time-sensitive one, being Meteora role-based contributors. If you have LP Army role or Season 1 contributor, you must link up your wallets by August 14th, 23:59 UTC, either on the subber page for LP Army role or subber page for Season 1 contributor. Important to note is that you don't have to actually link up your main wallet. You can use a burner wallet if you like, because your on-chain activity is being counted separately, but there will probably be some kind of multipliers if you have contributed significantly in their Discord or in their community overall. All right, Sui, we have very bullish news for the ecosystem coming from Grayscale, who have announced a deep book and walrus trusts supporting key infrastructure players on Sui blockchain. And more specifically, we also have news from Momentum, very bullish, that the title deeds that we were buying a couple of weeks ago are actually going to be airdropped for free. They're reducing the supply from 50k to 10k collection. And most importantly, all refunds, all, of course, pre-deposits for this specific NFT will be refunded, and we will be getting these in a couple of days. But most importantly, you will also get, of course, all the benefits that were announced earlier, but basically for free. They have listened to community feedback, and this is incredibly good for the project. This is how trust is built, when you do something proper by listening to what the community feedback is telling you. And while the TVL is absolutely smashing, approaching 200 million, we also have to be quite honest and transparent about the stuff that can also be improved. For example, some of these pairs that are offering the highest APRs just don't allow deposits in, no matter the amount of slippage you put in. So if you have found a way to actually deposit into these relatively correlated pairs of low-fee Sui, please let me know in the comments, because I've been trying to get into this pool for quite a while, but no matter what amount of slippage I put, the transaction just isn't going through. So hopefully there is something on the back end in the works to get this sorted. As for other airdrop opportunities on Sui network, we have a complete list here compiled by OX Spain. However, if you can notice, there are some famous contenders like Momentus and Bucket Protocol from the past, but some new players have joined as well. I will leave the complete link to this post, as always, in the first link of the description of every video, where you will find all the links. But for now, let's take a quick look at an airdrop opportunity with Nemo Protocol. It is basically the Pendle of Sui network, and you can find very similar platform with the maturity dates and assets that you wish to rely on. In this case, we have Walrus and Deep being the best fixed APYs. So if you want to diversify your smart contract risk and airdrop opportunity, you can see that they have a points program, and in their platform, there's just under 20 million or just above 20 million in total value locked. So for this one, you are super early. Of course, the leaderboard is here as well, but keep in mind that this is a new project. So of course, the risk is higher, potentially the reward as well. As always, relying just on YouTube videos in crypto is a very dangerous game. The best way to stay updated is to talk in real time with other DeFi veterans and airdrop hunters who are all networking in private communities. One such community is ours. We pay a very close attention to Sui network, as well as many others. And of course, if you want to stay updated with most recent developments across all of crypto, then being a part of private community can help you considerably. If you wish to join ours, all you have to do is go to the first link in the description of every video and find the monthly or yearly plans that will make the most sense to you, as well as an error tracking application along the way, which can help you stay organized. And if you just want a hands-off approach with 5 to 10% passive income in stablecoins, then our NFT collection might be the way to go. At the moment, there are still 3 NFTs for 0.07 ETH because ETH is doing absolutely crazy numbers right now. And if you want to make sure to have all your questions answered regarding why this is cheaper, then you have to join our Telegram, which is free. You don't have to be part of the Discord to understand how to be part of this collection. Link to join the Telegram about this collection is always also among other links of the video. Next up, we have a couple token announcements. First one is PHI coming in September 2025. And if you have done anything on those PHI lands in the past, make sure to check your land again, and you might have to rebuild your city all over again. However, activity in the past is counting, and there should be an airdrop coming very, very shortly. Next, we also have news from Backwoods and Pythonians. So Solana NFTs, they're also launching their Leaf token very, very soon. If you've played this game last summer, maybe you bought some NFTs, you could be in for a treat very, very soon. The NFTs are not doing particularly well at the moment. However, there are some signs of life as TGE is approaching, so perhaps there is still hope. As for Pythonians, of course, one of the best NFT collections on Solana, they are still way, way, way down from all-time highs. But again, as bull market heats up, make sure to plan your exits accordingly. And for everyone farming Superform, they recently announced Superform Foundation, signaling up tokenomics and TGE very, very shortly. In the perpetual space, we have GRVT and Ethereal massive news. GRVT will have their AMA on 21st of August, 12 p.m. UTC, discussing everything about tokenomics and the famous when question. As for Ethereal, make sure to check out Santiago's latest update. As you know, we are very bullish on Ethena on this channel, and much more in-depth analysis is present here. One thing that I will specifically mention is that it's very, very interesting that it's launching August 14th, and most importantly, it will be deployed on Arbitrum first, and later on it will be going to be migrated to something called Converge on-chain. So maybe if we put on full hopium hats on, this could be a 2-in-1 airdrop opportunity as well. And before we wrap up with some layer 2 updates, we have news from token generation event for Alkimi coming August 19th, 12 p.m. GMT. Finally, if you're doing stuff on LINEA, preparing for TGE, one last activity you can do is the daily spin, which is of course amplified, assuming that you have some of the activities done on LINEA network, such as swapping on LINEA Hub or doing other things like owning a LINEA name. You get +1 spin every single day, chance to win $500. And final super bullish update from LINEA comes from Metaland. Metaland is a platform that is allowing you to earn yield on the cash you plan to spend through the MetaMask card. Basically, you're earning about 10% yield on your USDC through Metaland's yield optimization, routing through Aave or Morpho Labs. You basically deposit assets on their platform. You have a set limit, spending limit weekly, and you add Aave USDC to your MetaMask card dashboard. Every time you spend, you of course generate some cashback and maybe MetaMask airdrop coins if it happens before 2050. But most importantly, your money is working for you even when it's ready to be spent. And that is a wrap for all the market and airdrop updates for today. If you like the content, make sure to like and subscribe with bell notifications on. Any questions, comments, I'm waiting for you in the comment section and in our Discord. As always, thanks for watching and have an amazing day.